fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good to say? I dabbled in stand-up or something. I have no disrespect for you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Hello and good morning. Welcome to the program. It is a Wednesday, August 3rd. That's right. I started on time. Happy Mayor in the morning. Yeah, all thanks to Turbo Nitro Cold Brew. I got to learn to make this stuff at home. I can understand Hunter getting addicted to crack because coffee is sort of that for me. I just don't feel like I can start my day without it. Hi. Okay. Getting situated. Yeah, it's a big day. I started on time. We have Lila Hart coming in at 11 a.m. Eastern, 1 hour from now. Or, if she's listening and she wants to come in earlier, who am I to stop a friend? Big Raj, thank you so much. I see you in the chat. I got your comic book. Thank you so much. Thank you for the new Teen Titans. I haven't opened it yet. It's still in plastic. Is it more valuable if I keep it in plastic, but then I can't read it? So thank you so much. I actually, you know what? I'm going to read it, but I'll be careful and I won't spill any coffee on it. I will put it. I'm developing quite the collection. Thanks to also Spiridon has given me quite a few comic books. He's given me Batman's The Long Halloween, Kingdom Come, Wolverine Old Man Logan, a couple other ones. So I'm going to have like a dedicated comic book shelf. And then, of course, I will make room for my Ripaverse comic, Esam #1. I have no idea when those are getting out, but I will find out next Tuesday because we're going to have Eric July back on the program. Like this is a program. It is a little bit of a program, but he'll be coming back next Tuesday at 5:00. He'll be on. I'm so excited to have him on. I'm so proud of him. He's like, I think he's at 3.5 million or something right now. Crazy sales. You had extra toasty last night because of me. Oh, you mean the Cheez-Its? Those are so good. 3.3 million? What? That's amazing. That is amazing. Good for him. Yeah, we're having Lila Hart on in a little bit because she was just suspended from Twitter for posting her own stand-up clip. So, which is crazy because it's on YouTube and there's no issue with it being on YouTube yet. I think it was one of her Demi Lovato haters because she posted a photo with her and Demi Lovato back when she was like healthy and female looking before she was a they them. So we're gonna get into that faux show, but first I want to tell you guys about my stand-up dates. Yeah, still flying high from this like a really good experience at a comedy club. I think I've been kind of burned by like New York City audiences. So the fact that I had a good show on Monday at the Grizzly Pear, I'm like, wow. They were a little bit based. They were laughing at like 1984 jokes and references. And I was like, wow, good for you guys. New York City's coming around. And there were some like 19, 20-year-olds in the audience that were like, that's why I have faith in this next generation, because I feel like I have an audience like basically 25 and younger, and then also like, I don't know, 40 and up. It depends. But the important part is I'm going to be in Austin next month, Thursday, September 8th at Cap City Comedy Club. Then I'm going to Philly Wednesday, September 14th. I'll be at Helium Comedy Club. Then I'll be Springfield, New Jersey, Friday, September 16th, and Saturday, September 17th at Scotty's Comedy Cove with Kevin Dombrowski. Then on September 22nd, I didn't put it in my calendar yet, but September 22nd, I will be at the Bridgeport Stress Factory, and that's in Connecticut. Then I'll be in New Orleans. Have I been to New Orleans in September? I don't think so. Doing 4 shows at the Comedy House on Fulton Street. That's going to be fun. Going to be a lot of outdoor drinking. So I'm going to have to stay on my keto in preparation for that because this is going to be a week of lots of blended drinks. Then, you guys, the second Content House is coming up at the end of October. And we're kicking it off with the Comedians of the Compound at the Orlando Improv. Thursday, October 22nd. If you're in town for the FNT Geeks and Gamers meetup, this is a perfect event to come to. Come see me, Anthony Cumia, Gino Bisconti, Alex Stein is on the show. Lila Hart is on the show. It's going to be a banger. So much fun. Get your tickets now. I feel like this show is going to sell out because just with how many people will be in town. So you can go to the orlandoimprov.com to get tickets or my website here, chrissiemayr.com. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And we're working on some dates for a censored TV collaboration with Compound Media. So I don't know what those shows will be called, Compound Censored. They had one in Orlando a couple months ago that sold out and went really well. So I'm excited to do some shows with Josh Denny and Gavin McGinnis, our good buddy Gavin McGinnis, who a lot of people credit with my being proposed to. The timing of that will always be so funny. Shout out to flagranttriggers.com, my official t-shirt sponsor. What is this? New designs. Holy cow. These must have just come out. Oh my God. Wow. The Smayer shirt is on the website now. The Make America Great Again shirt is now on the website. This is a big deal, guys. Wow, look at this. White, black, gray, navy, green. That's what I like about this website. No weird colors that you're not going to wear. No one's going to wear an orange t-shirt. This is great. Flagranttriggers.com. These shirts are $27. I think that includes shipping. Super soft. Get your SimpCast shirt. Get your Rootin' for Bootin' shirt. The Mayor tee is there. And of course, America. Make America great again. This is not my real body. But it looks kind of... That's the goal. This is the goal. To get looking like this. So that people go, is that really you? Of course, the Johnny Dabbler shirt is here. Keep dabbling. Never stop dabbling. It's Mayor. If you're a fan of Slayer or Halloween, I guess you could get this shirt. So thanks, Flagrant Triggers. Big fan of you guys. Thanks for keeping it. If you guys have any fun fan art or you are dabbling in t-shirt design and you have designs, like send them my way. Join the Discord. We should make, if we don't already, a little tab, like a little group for t-shirt designs. I think that would be cool. That would be cool to have. I want to shout out Nickel City Cigars as they are our sponsor for the next, I think, a month or so. Yes, I'm over 21, but barely. Welcome to Nickel City Cigars, a new school boutique retail experience crafted for you, our family. I love these guys. This is a veteran-owned small business in Buffalo, New York. They sell really good artisanal blends, tobacco blends that I'm still in the process of learning more about. Like when I showed up there for my show, that some people tried to cancel, but they were unsuccessful. It went great. Thank you very much. So I was like, give me the small little flavored cigars. And of course they shamed me for that. But I was able to talk to him about what I liked. Frank was able to talk to him about what he liked. And he, brought us through the humidor, which is like the room that's kind of sweaty on the inside where all the cigars live. And he's like, what do you like? What kind of tastes do you like? What kind of size even do you like? And he was able to recommend specific blends based on whatever kind of like mainstream cigars you like. So if you like Avo or My Father's, or I forget some of the other more mainstream lines, but he can point you in the right direction. So these guys are a little bit like of cigar snobs, which I didn't know was a thing, but he swears by this Tatuaje blend here. And this guy knows his stuff. Shout out to Tommy, the owner. I'm going to do an episode with him soon. I got to schedule that. He's such a knowledgeable guy. Great beard, too, by the way. He gives me Ian Smith vibes. Ian Smith was the owner of the Atellus gym in Jersey that wouldn't shut down over the pandemic. Remember? And I went there. It was good to go there. Speaking of the gym, I haven't been in a minute. But anyway, go to nickelcitycigars.com. Use promo code CMP to get, I think it's 10 or 15%. I should really know the amount as I tell people, but it's a discount. I think it's 10 or 15% off. I didn't think that I would ever become a cigar person but here I am. I smoked cigarettes when I was in 9th grade. My sister caught me smoking at the high school dance because she was 2 grades above me. And I actually, I mean, if you're wondering who technically like taught me how to smoke, her name was Allison Fisher. How do I remember? I remember specific details from middle school. I remember high school choreography for red and blue dances. I don't remember important information. But anyway, I remember the name of the girl who kind of taught me how to smoke, who gave me my first cigarette, Allison Fisher. She was in my sister's grade. That really upset my sister. Yeah, she caught me at a dance smoking. And then she told my mom, sobbed uncontrollably. Seeing her that upset made me realize, like, I guess I shouldn't smoke anymore. COVID, that's just a morning cough. That's not. Everything's fine. So I was like, you know what? Let me go up on the roof one last time. I smoked like 3 cigars in a row, then threw up because you're not supposed to do that. And then I quit. So sometimes it's good to be a tattletale. Shout out to Mandy. She's never going to watch this, but I do appreciate that because cigarettes are kind of gross. But cigars, not gross at all. And they're not really addictive. Probably not the best advertisement for cigars to have me coughing right after. I like never cough. It's not really my thing. I'm more of a yawner. I'll never forget when I had my first cigarette, Marlboro Reds. This girl, Allison, she was like, pretend that you are making out with a guy and your mom just walk in and you gasp and you go, and I had not made out with a guy yet. So I didn't even know what she was talking about. I was like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know how to do that. I was really bad at smoking at first, as I guess most people are. So, but I figured it out. I figured it out. It was gross, though. Definitely don't smoke cigarettes. Don't do that. Hello, Spectral. Good morning, Chrissy. Good morning, Spectral. I'm feeling pumped. It's so great to start on time. NVIDIA! What's up, girl? Chrissy, if you want new Discord channels and features, let the admins know. We'll set it up for you. Oh, I feel like I have so many messages from you that I need to catch up on. I am late and gay. Okay, cool. The Discord is a whole nother world. Like, I feel like the Discord could be its own social media in a sense. It's like God, I was reading this thing about, I don't know if they're building it in Abu Dhabi or like some Middle Eastern country. It's basically like a really long, skinny city in the middle of a desert. Oh my God, I don't know what's up with this cough. Time for an egg bite. Maybe the egg bite will help. Look, okay, these are actually disgusting. I know I've been singing the praises of egg bites for months. I think it was something about going out of town and not having them for a while. These egg bites, especially the Dunkin' Donuts ones, are fucking actually like gross when you look at them. It's just like congealed, redistributed egg particles. But you get used to eating them because they're keto. Ugh. At least the Starbucks ones are like well done. Famished Yoshi, howdy ho, buckaroo. Howdy ho. Howdy ho to you too. Is this gross? Put F's in the chat. This is gross and I should stop eating. Because we're definitely not. I know we're not. I know, like, on Friday Night Types, they don't like us to eat noisy food. And I don't know what that sounds like. So if it's bad, all right. Some of you are wanting me to not. Okay, after this one. Okay. I'm done. It's not good. It doesn't taste good, but you're like, you know what? It's protein, it's fat, it's keto, whatever. Not everything you have to put in your mouth is delicious. It's part of being an adult. Sometimes you have to eat disgusting food. Ah. No. I'm going to keep buying them and eating them, but I'm not going to like it. What's going on in the news? As I talk about needing to go back to the gym, I don't think I've been in like a couple weeks. I feel gross and fat. But at least I'm not dead. Brazilian Hulk bodybuilder who injected oil into his muscles dead at 55. Whoa. Is this him? God, he looks horrible. That's Biden. Let's see. You know what? I'm not even going to play this video because I don't want to get copy striked. A Brazilian bodybuilder who injected himself. Oh, okay. That's what he looks like. Ew. Getting the ultimate physiques. He looks like he has tits. Vladimir Sagado. Oh my God. He just sticks it right into his tit. Oh no. Gross. Oh, this is a mental illness. It doesn't even match with the rest of his body. It looks like he's wearing, oh no. No pain, no gain. Yeah, right. You don't deserve that. It's injecting yourself with something does not equal hard work, buddy. But I guess he learned that lesson because he's dead now. I wonder what kind of oil he injected himself with. He was once scrawny. There you have it. Making up for childhood scrawniness. Okay, so this is a earlier article from 2019. Oh, he would inject himself with synthol. Synthol consists of oil, benzyl alcohol, and lidocaine that overzealous gym enthusiasts and wannabe models use to jack up their assets, but doctors are sounding the alarm. Oh, okay. On the unsanctioned substance. It could lead to death, and it did. He posted, I bathe with synthol soap and inject synthol in my body. Oh, they're spelled different ways. Whoa. Wow. And then this is in 2019. A 23-year-old, very young Russian bodybuilder, Kirill Terushin, dubbed Popeye by the media, went under the knife to have 3 pounds of synthol oil, clotted blood, and scar tissue removed from his arms. Whoa. Lucky to be alive. I didn't know this was such. Oh, God. All right, here's another disgusting thing I'm going to bring up. This is a previous guy. I'd so much rather you just not work out than do this to yourself. Look how gross. This is bad. No woman looks at this and goes, yeah, I got to get a piece of that. Like, whole body is like not sure what it's doing. But then you have these crazy biceps that don't even look believable. Wow. Pounds of petroleum jelly had to be cut out of his biceps. Yikes. Nobody thinks this looks good. And how do you buy clothes? Gross. Don't do it. Okay, let's go back to that other article. I want to go back to the other article. Ew. Whoa. These look like boobs, girl boobs. That's baseball, Susan. Vladimir Cigar had been using potentially fatal injections of synthol for years, risking strokes and infection to get huge biceps, pectorals, and back muscles. Cigar previously said his body aspirations were Arnold Schwarzenegger and fictional characters like the Hulk. Yeah, when your body inspiration is a fictional character, perhaps you need to reassess. They call me Hulk, Schwarzenegger, and He-Man all the time, and I like that. I've doubled my biceps, and I still want to be bigger, he said in 2016, according to the Daily Mail. Yeah, it's like this is the same kind of. Would you call this body dysmorphia? I don't know. I would call this like, yeah, you're not really in touch with like how you look. And you're chasing something kind of unachievable. What is going on with his nipple? His nipple wants out. 6 years ago, Sao Paulo, that's Brazil, native, was warned he would face amputation or at least nerve damage and muscle disfigurement as a result of the injections if he continued to use them. And guess what? He did. His biceps blew up to 23 inches. After he started injecting himself, he had come to be known as the Monster on the streets and was proud of his title. Damn, I wonder how much this stuff costs. Ew. You think like, I don't know, get maybe hair plugs before you get huge titties. But you know what? YOLO. If this is how he wanted to live his life, good for him. He posted images of his body transformation on social media and even called himself Vladimir Synthol on Instagram. He had 1.7 million followers on TikTok. Of course he did. Local media reported that he lived an isolated life with few friends or visitors. Oh, I bet if he had more friends, they would be like, dude, chill. You look fine. I mean, you don't look fine. You look weird, but weird within reason. Moises de, oh, this is Brazilian, Portuguese. Moises da Conceição de Silva told Brazil's Global News that Cigar rented a property built behind his family house, and on the day of his death, he was complaining about shortness of breath. Yikes. It was around 6 a.m., more or less. He came crawling through the back house and came to the front, then knocked on my mother's window, knocked. She woke up. He said, help me, I'm dying. Oh, no. De Silva told the publication. Cigar was taken to a medical facility, but he fell at reception, appearing to have a heart attack. Oh, I wonder if he had a certain medical procedure. The TikTok star used to be a scrawny teen, but after being offered synthol in the gym, he became hooked. Yeah, that's too much. Synthol usually contains a mixture of oil, benzyl alcohol, lidocaine, can damage nerves, oil, embolic of the pulmonary occlusion of the pulmonary artery, myocardial infarction, cerebral stroke, and infectious complications. So this is like, yeah, it's kind of blood clotty. Like the things he was putting in him were already kind of causing blood clots. The result of the drug did not make Cigar any stronger and were purely cosmetic. It's the risk he takes. He wants to look good and be famous. Wait, this looks amazing. Friend said I gave her an inhumane baby shower gift. Imagine they're like, oh, you're so strong. Help. This car fell on me. And he's like, actually, I can't lift it. Oh, and here, people in the comments talking about Arnold. He did steroids for years. Later named to the President's Council on Fitness. That was such a wrong message for kids. Wow. Yeah, it happens. I gotta know what this story is about. Inhumane baby shower gift. I'm curious now. Ooh, what shoes are these? Don't get distracted. Okay. Claire thought she was being thoughtful when she handed over the baby shower present, but she had spent all she could afford to. However, Unfortunately, the gift was slammed by her friend as inhumane, and it most definitely was not on her registry. Oh my goodness. Claire explained the situation on Reddit, detailing how her university pal Shay is an ugh, say no more. An eco volunteer who is very into all things organic, and she even used to be in a climate crisis organization. She's also very set on having only natural products in her home. What does that even mean? This unfortunately left Claire facing a dilemma because all the items on Shay's list were super, super expensive. Let me see her registry. What was her registry? It's loading. Kidspot.com.au. All right, well, that's loading. This is like I don't understand where these women get off like being so demanding of their friends. Like, as I am about to be a person who has a wedding, like I just don't get like demanding things of people. I think like your family should be the people that feel kind of like obligated to like show up and do things, but like making your friends spend all this money is so crazy. What was it? Oh, fuck. You're number one. All right. I'm a hard spot with money, and Shane knows I can't drop a ton of money on wooden toys. Oh, God. She's one of these wooden toy women. Okay. Say no more. Or an organic stroller, Claire explained. I didn't want to be empty-handed, though. So on the day of Shay's shower, I showed up with an Amazon gift card and some cool organic soaps I got at Home Goods, a budget American chain of home decor. Yeah, that's totally cool. Home Goods is great. And Amazon is fine. It was all in a bag, so Shay didn't see what it was. Oh, was this the picture of her shower? I don't know. I think I could decorate this better. Claire's friend called Amazon an inhumane company, and she was very disappointed. Yeah, I'd be like curious to know if she actually used it though. Claire, she was disappointed. What an entitled twat. Shay also said it would have been better if her friend hadn't purchased anything at all. Yeah, right. I apologize, but she seemed hurt, acting like I barely know her, Claire said. I feel awful, but I thought gift cards were just kind of like currency dressed up nowadays, and I couldn't afford some $300 contraption when I can barely afford to make myself 3 meals daily. Wow, she sounds like such a bitch. Like, if you're inviting your friends and you know they're kind of broke, I would just at this point assume everyone's kind of broke. That's fair to do. Yeah, definitely. It's one thing if, like, sure, have things on a registry, but you also need to be aware of people's financial situations. So, like, even if you like one certain brand, like, you have to have a range of pricing. Or also just, like, don't be a twat about it. It's called, like, people are coming to your baby shower. Just be grateful for what they do bring you. Or just be grateful for their presence. Not presents, like their presence, like their being there. Women be entitled. Sounds like Claire needs to end her friendship with Shay. Yes, she does. Anyone who behaves in the fashion that Shay is no friend to anyone, not even the climate. While I am no fan of Amazon, to assume that Claire knew how Shay felt about Amazon is quite the reach. Claire needs to move on from this individual because Shay doesn't sound like she will forgive Claire. Block Shay. Yeah, I think we need to cancel Shay. Can we still give to her registry? Can I like give her a punk? This probably isn't them. It's probably a stock photo. Wait a second. Oh, she explained the situation on Reddit. Should we delve into the depths of Reddit? Yeah, you guys, I like that you guys really enjoyed the poll girl from yesterday. I gotta find her. Was the pic of you on the swim team Photoshop, or were you this old in high school? I think everyone's the same age in high school. But I guess that was your attempt at some sort of diss. I think better luck next time, pal. Yeah, better luck next time. Try harder. That's the good thing about being an online person. It's like at this point, there's nothing anybody can say that I haven't heard before. So it's like you got to get pretty creative with your insults. Let's go to Reddit. I might regret this choice. Okay, this is the AITA. For getting my friend an inhumane gift. I thought she was gonna get her like a dead animal, like a dead chinchilla. That to me is like, okay, that might be a little inhumane, but this is an Amazon gift card. Relax. Okay, so she's just like recounting the story on Reddit. What were people saying? Okay, tell her you've been thinking about it and you didn't realize that Amazon exploited its workers. Every place exploits their workers. Oh, wow. A baby registry is not a court summons. The friend wasn't upset that OP went off the registry. The friend was upset OP bought something from a company they are against. Oh, wow. Okay, this person is actually like supporting the friend. You could have just given them cash. Oh my God, relax. If you don't, that's like part of being adult is like honestly you got to grow the fuck up and realize like yeah it's gonna be kind of impossible to have like nothing Amazon related in your life. The adult thing to do would be like wow thank you for your gift, and then if you personally don't like Amazon, re-gift that stuff. Give it to somebody else who doesn't have an issue with Amazon. Life goes on, yo. White suburban women, is that what we're thinking? That's what I'm guessing. No, you have Pole Girl's name? How? How, NVIDIA? Okay, don't need no broke-ass bitches ruining my party. True that. Matthew Perkins, sounds like this woman needs a reality check. Organic, natural items, wooden toys. What to see you next Tuesday. I know. It's pretty gray. Like, just be happy, like, people come out to your thing. Like, we are just slightly out of the old pandemic. Like, be happy that people want to leave their house and actually be around you. Cesario, this bodybuilder injecting oil can't be as bad as Liver King, whose weird duet of mostly meat, offal, isn't driving with how he got his muscles. You're number 2. Who's Liver King? Liver King. I gotta interview this guy. Oh man. He looks like that guy. Who was that guy who always had like what? Who always had like a lot of women around him? He has like a CBD company. He was really big like 10 years ago, I think. God, what was his name? He always had picture like his Instagram is like he's got like 10 women on him in every picture. He looks like this guy. This is the Liver King. Every man, woman, and child has the right to be strong, happy, and healthy. I agree with that. To live life with robust energy and biological resilience. To go from mere existence in life to discovering that which makes life worth living. Yeah. I'm into it. At least this all looks proportional. The 9 ancestral tenets. What are the tenets? Sleep, bond, eat, move, fight, sun, cold, connect, shield. What are the tenets? Ancestral. Look at this. Look at the branding on this. Holy cow. I like this guy's whole vibe. I bet he could sell like an energy drink for each one of these. Yeah. Fight, bond. Let's see. Let's click on. I mean, sleep is obvious. You must sleep. It trumps everything else. I agree. Did you know sleep is the most important thing? How can you improve your sleep? Grounding. That's what that baseball player does that Frank always talks about. Get morning sun exposure at the same time every day to regulate your sleep-wake cycles. Finish your last meal 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. That's easy. Use grounding sheets. What? Oh, these are sheets for your bed? What is so good about them? Maybe I'll get some grounding sheets. Are they expensive? Whoa. Okay, damn. Okay, they're expensive. Just the fitted sheet is $110. Does it really make a difference? See. Do you guys think this is bullshit? Okay, let me go back to his site. Okay, crappers. Now I lost it. Sleep, the most important meal of the day. How can I improve my sleep? Go on barefoot hikes, but not if you live in a city. Use an EMF meter to make sure there's no electrical fields around the bed. Oh, I want to get an EMF meter. How much is that? Yeah, that's why I had, well, shoot, one fell off, but I had these like little crystals on the back of my phone that would prevent EMF rays. Will help to prevent. So I'll say EMF meter. Is that expensive? Okay, you can get one for like $40. Maybe I'll get one of these. Ooh, and I can get one that detects ghosts. I'm gonna get that one. Magnetic field detector, ghost hunting paranormal equipment tester. Yes, cell phone waves and ghosts. Be gone. Be gone from my bed. Oopsie. Okay, I gotta zoom this in so you guys can see it. Turn off the Wi-Fi at night. Nobody does that, right? You guys are checking it till you fall asleep. I am guilty of it as well. Put your phone in airplane mode and make sure that there are no electronics nor lights anywhere near you. Really? What if the lights are shut off? Your sleep temperature should be between 64 and 68. Use blackout curtains. No battery lights, no night lights, nothing. Use Himalayan salt lamps at sunset instead of regular lighting. Wear UVAC safety goggles. What? Okay, no one's going to do this. No one's going to wear safety goggles 2 hours before bed. Shut your mouth, breathe through your nose. Okay, that's easy. Sleep on the floor. No one's going to do that. What? He sleeps on the floor? Our bodies were never meant to be in a cast, courtesy of your bed all night. Why do you think you wake up feeling like a stiff rock? What? Okay. Okay, Redmond sea salt. That's very good. We're all about the Redmond sea salt. It's so good. It helps with salt cravings. You just like have a couple of little chunks and you're good. 6 grams of glycine, 400 milligram of magnesium threonate. I've been hearing a lot about this lately. Oops. Okay, cool. UVEX glasses. That's a little bit, a little crazy. How much are they? Is the question. That's what it comes down. $12? All right. Maybe. I'll think about it. Wait, you wear these before bed? Okay. You're gonna look a little crazy. But maybe I'll try it. We can go many months without food, only a few weeks without water, but only a few days without sleep before we die. You know, you could die of no sleep. All right, so that's sleep. Eating, duh. Eating is so important. We evolved eating the whole animal. Damn, this guy looks intense. That's some beard, though. Where should I start? Dropping processed foods, that's obvious. Seed oils, obvious. liquid calories. That's the one thing that's been really good about keto is it's taken out so much just mindless, dumb snacking. Like I would put away like boxes of Cheez-Its. I mean, I was into spiked seltzers before, so that's not really, but I would, yeah, breakfast sandwiches, pizza, snacking. It's so easy for me to just like snack on candy and stuff, but definitely Cheez-Its. So it just makes you conscious of that. So you're only really eating when you're hungry because you know you can't just like snack on dumb shit. Okay, liver. Okay, I tried. What kind of liver chips did I try? Beef liver. I got the carnivore crisps and the beef liver. They taste like shit. Don't get those. But the other ones taste good. Bone marrow, heart, bone broth. Okay, cool. What do you eat in a day? 6 farm fresh eggs. Oh my God, I could eat that. That could literally keep me alive all day. 6 eggs. 14-gram protein shake. 100-gram whole Greek yogurt with syrup, creatine, collagen, almond butter, ghee, and Redmond sea salt. Wow, that's intense. Raw liver. Damn. Raw bone marrow. Raw milk. Wow. Dang. This is a lot of calories. I feel like this is not a girl diet. This is for men. Raw bull testicles. Sure, let me just go out back and snap some off. Raw, damn. An avocado. That sounds good. A pile of sweet potatoes. Rest days. Oh, keto. That's me. Carnivore keto is the original human diet. And they rarely had fruits and veggies and tubers. That's what Liver King and family do too. Am I in ketosis? I don't even know. What is the benefit of ketosis? It puts your body in a fat burning state instead of carbs. Oh, your body burns fat instead of carbs for fuel and makes things called ketones, which it can use for fuel instead of sugar. Ketosis can help with neurodegeneration conditions such as Alzheimer's. Let's put Biden on keto. Aging, relating cognitive decline, epilepsy, and Parkinson's. Anecdotal evidence suggests that otherwise healthy people can experience cognitive benefits from brain utilization of ketones. Ooh. Ketosis upregulates mitochondrial biogenesis in the brain. It creates new power plants in the brain that are good at burning fat, derived fuel, and mopping up brain fog. That all sounds good. Isn't that worth trading pizza for? Water fasting. Okay, this looks very intense. Doesn't seem like a beginner's diet. But you can definitely start with supplements. Let's be honest, people are not going to wear these glasses for the most part. Vitamin D, you can get on that. Oh, I've been hearing about the ancestral supplements from a couple people. Maybe I'll have to get on some of those. Ooh. You almost lost 140 pounds without any of the keto or diet styles. What did you do, Fealty? What is your secret? Nothing is worth trading pizza for. Keto's overrated. I don't know. I feel like I've been feeling pretty good on it. Keto made my urine smell like popcorn. That's how you know it's working. You got number 3. 3 odds. Raw tapeworm. I wonder if there's ethical tapeworms. Let's see. I missed a super chat. I'm excited for Lila. JD, do you do intermittent fasting 16 plus hours? I found it really easy on keto. That's what I'm basically doing. Oftentimes, it's rare for me to be eating this so early. I just woke up really starving this morning. Most days I don't end up eating anything until 2-3 o'clock, sometimes till Frank gets home, 4 or later. And I'll just be like, oh, shoot, I haven't eaten anything yet today. So I'm that girl now. Especially if I have like a bunch of recordings in a row. Yeah, fasting is the best. It's good because your body, you guys know your body takes up so much energy just digesting. And once you give that a rest, it can work on curing disease in your body. Let's talk about, we talked about the baby shower person. This is really something I should wait and bring up with Venti. Guard cat credited with preventing would-be robbery. Look at this little guy. This is something I should talk about with Alex Stein. Oh, look how cute. This cat knows what's up. This looks smarter than a regular cat. This is a special cat. This is a cool table here. He's like, what's up? I'm the king of this house. Fred Everett of Tupelo, Mississippi is all smiles after his cat, Bandit. Aw. Alerted him in the middle of the night that two men were trying to break into the back door of his home. How did you do it, Bandit? Did you jump on him? A Mississippi man said his pet cat helped prevent a robbery at his home. He credits the calico with possibly saving his life. Bandit, who's 20 pounds, lives with the retired owner, Fred Everett, in Tupelo suburb of Belden. When at least two people tried to break into their shared home. I think the cat and Fred share a home. That's just a funny way to put it. Okay, I don't know how to sit in this chair. The cat did everything she could to alert Everett to the danger. You hear of guard dogs, said Everett, 68. This is a guard cat. The attempted robbery occurred sometime between 2:30 and 3 a.m. On July 25th, Everett said he was first awoken by Bandit's meows in the kitchen. Was Bandit trying to meow at the intruders? And he was like, oh no. And they're like, oh no, a cat. Let's get out of here. So first she meowed. Then she raced into the bedroom, jumped onto the bed, and began pulling the comforter off of him and clawing at his arms. Everett knew something was wrong. Wow. Then she brought him his socks and shoes and said, let's go. It was the first time he had heard Bandit speak. Bandit was also smoking a cigarette. She had never done that before, Everett said. I went, what in the world is wrong with you? Everett got up. This should be made into a children's book. This is a great story. Everett got up to investigate and saw two young men outside his back door. I wonder what the young men looked like. One had a handgun, and the other was using a crowbar to try to pry the door open. Everett said by the time he retrieved a handgun and returned to the kitchen, the would-be intruders had already fled because they saw Bandit. Everett told the newspaper he did not call the police. He said the situation could have been different without Bandit. Oh. It did not turn into a confrontational situation, thank goodness, Everett said, but I think it's only because of the cat. Everett adopted Bandit from the Tupelo Lee Humane Society 4 years ago. Wow. I wonder how much he paid for this guard cat. I had a dog. This is Gary. I had a dog and cat. If someone came to the house, the dog would bark to alert us, but the cat would be on guard. And if it was an intruder, he would attack. That is true. Dogs are kind of cursed / blessed with the friendly gene. Like, I remember when the only time I went to Gino's apartment, his cat, Six, it didn't matter how nice I was, he would not stop. She would not stop attacking me. She'd be like attacking my ankles. She attacked my purse. She was like constantly hissing at me. So like cats are good for that. Wow. Didn't make any difference how big or small. That cat was fearless and vicious, and he would slice and dice anyone to pieces. He never scratched anyone who was welcome. Even kids could pick him up and mishandle him, as kids usually do, and he was like buttered. Oh, that's a good cat. That's rare. Cats are way smarter than they let on. This is great. Good story. Just remember, dogs have owners, cats have staff. That's so funny. Good kitty. Oh, one time I saw somebody set up like a series of steps so that the cat could like look out the window that was over their front door. And it was like aesthetically pleasing as well. Good job, Bandit. That's a good kitty. Geese are also great at guarding. Okay. But it's hard to have a geese in your house or a goose, a single goose, unless you got it from birth and you could raise it to not shit everywhere. The oldest building I've been inside of? I don't know, the Vatican? I guess. Maybe like something in Italy. How old is the Capitol building? I think the Vatican's probably older. Except I didn't go inside, so that wouldn't count. Oh, Matthew Perkins. How are you feeling, by the way? Do you still have the coof? My cat does something similar anytime someone is in the hallway outside my apartment. Also a calico. Maybe there's something about the calicos that makes them good guard cats. Okay, we're going to get into it. Because normally I'm not that interested in cats because I'm definitely a dog person. But I also I'm not gonna be mean to a cat. I'm not gonna turn away a cat. Like I will say hi to every cat I see and try to pet them. Let's see. Calico cats. Oh. Yeah, I wonder what they're thinking. Whoa. This cat looks like he's been up all night. Worried sick about you. All right, wide range of colors. Orange, black, and white is usually what pattern they come in. Okay, but what is their personality? Okay. Like many cats, calicos will develop their unique personalities according to many factors, such as socialization and life experiences. All right. You could get one that's laid back. You could get one that's not aloof, high maintenance with an attitude. Many calico owners report that their cats share a personality similar with tortoise cats. Oh, tortoiseshell cats. They call it tortitude. I've never heard of tortitude in my life. Torties are known for being sassy, spunky, and independent. Calico cats may share these characteristics, but like we mentioned, you never quite know what you're going to get. Plus, calico cats can't be bred. What? Then how do you get them? Mysterious genetics. Okay. Well, how do they come about? Is it like Owen Benjamin was talking about last night? He thinks pandas were made in a lab. The black and orange patches of fur are a result of the genetic phenomenon called you got number 4. X chromosome inactivation. Nearly all calico cats are female. Did you know that? So they have 2 X chromosomes. The rare male calico has 1 X and 1 Y. Boring. Okay. Interesting. Health and lifespan. The average lifespan of a cat is 12 to 16 years. Oh, no wonder. No wonder people get them. I think they live a little longer than dogs. I don't like when the iced coffee, like sweats all over. It's like leaking into the keyboard a little. Wow. That's a long time to commit to a cat. Male calicos live shorter lives because of genetic condition called Klinefelter syndrome. I'm going to tell people that I have this for victim points and see if they put it together. Klinefelter syndrome can lead to numerous health problems, such as increased risk of broken bones, joint pain, and diabetes. It's always sad when an animal gets diabetes. Pet health insurance. How rare are male calicos? 1 in 3,000. Cool. All right. Well, this article is not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. want to get into their personality. Ooh, okay. 10 facts about calico cats. Females dominate, just like modern women in 2022. The unique genetics of calico cats that determine coat color mean that 99.9% of calico cats are female. Nearly all male calicos are sterile, just like men in 2022. Wow, male cats often have the Klinefelter syndrome. Causes sterility. Sterility? That's sad. They represent a state. Wow, they're the official state cat of Maryland. What is New York state cat? What is New York state cat? Probably like a raccoon. Oh, wow, they have a whole list here. Okay, New York. What is New York? Whoa, there's so much information here about New York. Do you know that New York state snack is yogurt? How disappointing. All right, let me find that. I don't think we have a state cat. Hold on. Sidebar. I'm going to bring this up. What is your guys' state cat? I didn't know that this was a thing. Okay. The state animal of New York is a beaver. The state beverage is milk. Blech. State bird, bluebird. State bush is lilac. State dog is a service dog. Because we just need that much help. State fish is trout or brook. State fossil is the sea scorpion. State fruit is apple. That makes sense. Ladybug. Apple muffin. Our state reptile is the common snapping turtle. Our slogan, I love New York. How creative. What a boring website. Okay. What's up, Flagrant? Did you read about whites moving to Mexico and being told to go back home? You're ruining the culture, and signs being made calling them the plague. I love this story. I have to find it. What should I search for this? White people moving to Mexico. Good for them. Why do white people move to Mexico? That's great. That makes me so happy. All right, this is an article from 2019. I need something recent. Okay. Wow. That's great. People are finally it's funny how this wasn't really happening much under Trump, but now with Biden, people are like, let's move to Mexico. It's in the LA Times. Ugh, I don't read that. Okay. Oh, it's asking me to subscribe. Classic. Search moving to Mexico. Okay. Okay, so this is like the same article. Wow, when did people start moving to Mexico? The new generation of smug American expats in Mexico need to face the truth. I just really like sriracha. Oh, yes. You're right. Tim Dillon was talking about this the other day. There was a really funny clip of him making fun of this like girl that was like a life coach. Oh, that's so great. Okay. How many people are moving to Mexico? In Mexico City, Tyler Hansbrough, second from the left, has led an Airbnb experience called Tyler's Taco Tours since before the pandemic. Oh, boy. These people do not look happy with him. Okay. My favorite line in this is, he left without even saying gracias. Oh, unprompted, he went on to complain about liberalism, how U.S. was a failed country. Oh, and how he wanted to spend his retirement in peace. He asked if we knew of any houses for sale in Jerez, the city to which Jamoquillo pertains. Nope. Oh, wow. Yeah, they don't like Americans. Americans really like kind of do best, I think, in America. There's a lot of hate outside the country. It reminds me of being in a more friendly, more clean at times Brooklyn. Another told Kate of Mexico City. Yeah, let's compare Mexico City to Brooklyn. The ugly American trope is nothing new. Of course, so-called snowbirds long ago turned San Miguel de Allende in Guanajuato. Okay, this is too Spanish for me. Zihuenejo and Guerrero into south of the border suburbs into a leisure world. New York hipsters have long haunted Mexico City as much as they do LA. Half of middle-class San Diego seems to have retired to an apartment in Rosarito or Ensenada. That's great. That is good. How do you see how you like it? Oh, wow. We're not immigrants because we're American. Expats have the financial capital to chase the good life. Immigrants never can. Expats know if they fail, the cushion of their home country will break their fall. Immigrants know there's no turning back. Why can't Americans be immigrants? That's not really fair to judge. The movement of Americans to Mexico in particular reminds me of what happened at the turn of the 20th century when American industry moved en masse and usurped billions of dollars in wealth while adding nothing to the country except exploitation. Okay, this just sounds like a lot of bitching. It's playing the game of life on someone else's server with cheat codes. It's a privilege afforded to American expats and allowed, but they should at least be honest about their hell of an advantage. Okay, Gustavo. I've heard all I want to hear out of you. Would you guys move to Mexico? I was in Cancun right before the pandemic. It was super fun, but I wouldn't want to live there. It is a hilarious double standard. I would go to visit Nina. Can we get some love for the Norwegian forest cat and show some pictures of Josie's cat Figaro? Yeah. Norwegian forest cat. Is that your favorite kind? I like it. Anything Norwegian. Oh, they're so cute. They're so pretty. Oh. Oh my God. Am I becoming a cat person? What's happening to me? Ah. Heavily boned. Oh, they're so cute. They're fluffy. Okay. It's adapted to a cold climate, so it's got a very thick top coat. That's cool. Oh, did you know that on Pet Finder it tells you what breed is more playful? Like, hold on. I need to bring in a local cat expert, Lila Hart.
Hello.
Lila, we were talking about cats, and did you know? So this is on Pet Finder. They tell you to what degree your kind of cat is like playful, vocal.
Aww.
I would get a cat that meows constantly. Like if I had a cat that never meowed, I'd be so upset.
I used this when I was trying to figure out what kind of cat Cupcake was, because when we got her, she was like only 4 weeks old, and she's all white with like a little black spot on her head, and I thought she was like this specific kind of breed, but turns out she's actually a cow manny.
Cow manny?
Mm-hmm. Look, it's spelled with a K.
Oh, dirt.
CHMANNY. M-A-O Manny. M-A-N-N-E.
What? They don't have it here.
They don't. Maybe if you Google it, you'll see it.
Okay.
I don't know if you have.
There's one called Munchkin.
Munchkins are so cute.
Oh,
I
how
want Munchkins so
cute.
bad.
I like them because they're not independent. Oh my
That's so funny.
God.
My
Affectionate, need attention. Oh.
Yeah, I like a cat that needs like a lot of affection.
Yeah.
Muffin is a Manx.
Oh. M-I-N-X.
Yes.
What? They don't have it here.
Why are both my cat breeds not in the list?
Wow. I had no idea there were so many kinds. I've heard of Maine Coon before.
Well, I had a Mancoon growing up. His name was Jumbo, and he literally was the best cat in the world. He would literally come to you if you called him. Like when I would come home from college and I would like yell for him in the driveway, he would come running up to me. He was so cute. He was more like a dog than a cat.
Oh, I like that. Maybe
Yes.
I'm gonna like start getting into cats now.
If you get a cat, you should get a Mancoon
Oh.
or a Munchkin.
I want a munchkin. All right, cool. Matthew Perkins, mostly recovered from my coof. My calico has been glued to me the whole time. Grew up a dog person, but found a cat with a dog's personality. Oh, just like Lila. Nice. Okay, so yes, I did partially bring Lila here to talk about cats, but another reason Lila is here today because my God, it's the latest with censorship. Always getting censored, Lila. You're such a problem.
I know. I'm full of problems, aren't I?
So you got suspended off of Twitter yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. And it's it's so funny because I was my parents are in town visiting me, and we were actually on the military base in Fort Worth. And hold on. I heard we're north. Okay. Anyways, we were on a military base in Fort Worth, and I posted this tweet. First, I posted this video of me doing stand up. It was when we performed at the compounds comedians of the compound show, and we were at Hyenas in Dallas. So I posted this video, and it was like a 2-minute clip. And then
Wow, it's not even on here anymore. They just took it off.
They took it off. And then a couple hours later, I posted that post, the Demi Lovato post, right? And immediately it started getting a bunch of likes. And then all of a sudden, all of Demi Lovato's fans were like coming after me. And right as they're coming after me, I get this alert that comes up on my phone. And Twitter's like, you've been reported for hate speech. I'm on the military base. There's not a lot of good service there. So I'm like trying to click the where you can – it's where you're supposed to like be able to refute it or something. But as I click it, it takes me to a blank page. And all of a sudden on my page, it just says that you've been locked out and you can't post, comment, or tweet or respond to anything. So not only am I getting dragged by Demi Lovato fans, Twitter's like, okay, now you're frozen. So you just have to take it.
Wow. You just have to lay there and take it.
Yes.
Grip is saying, what? No, how am I going to talk to my beautiful ray of sunshine now?
I can still see everybody's tweets. I just can't like respond or like anything. So it was just, yesterday was hilarious because I'm like, her fans were retweeting and they're like, you should have been aborted and all these things. And I can't even respond or say anything back to them. And they're just so mad at what I wrote. But I feel like what I wrote wasn't even horrible. Yeah, I don't think what I wrote was
saying that she was beautiful and sane. Mm-hmm. Right. They're not going to argue with the talented part. Yeah. People are upset that like, oh, she made herself less beautiful because her, there's definitely mental illness going on. Wasn't she in the Mickey Mouse Club or something? Or she's been like in the Disney farm system for a while as part of Hollywood.
Well, my favorite part about this too is like a lot of her fan accounts, which is just literally it's like her face, and all the pictures are pictures of Demi. We're like,
so you have no idea who you're even talking to.
Yeah, they're like, you don't even know her. You don't know her. You knew her in your dreams, and I'm like, clearly I knew her. I have a photo with her. I worked events for her, and it's just I feel like they're simultaneously pissed off that I met their idol and spoke to their idol. That's why they're also mad about it.
that you had, proximity to her. I'm like, you didn't deserve it. This was a crazy response I saw. Oh no, that was yours. No, Frank sent me a like really insane. I'm sure you've gotten a ton of horrible comments, but this was like one of the worst ones. This is why we need abortion rights, people. We could have been spared. It's like, you jealous, salty twat. Yeah, and look at her profile. It's all just like other people. These people have no lives of their own. They're just online activists and like super fans.
It was so funny because I went on my Instagram and I was just video responding to all of these like mean tweets, and it was hilarious. And I asked my parents. I was like, do you think you should have aborted me? And my mom's response was hilarious, but my dad's response was even funnier because he was like, who is saying this? Who said that? And I was like, people online. And he was like, those are idiots. Those are just idiots.
Isn't it funny when you just like alert your parents to like what the online world is really all about? And they're like, what? Was this on your stories?
Yes, on my Instagram stories.
Okay.
I responded back to everybody.
How have you been feeling? Like, have any of these responses been getting to you a little bit?
No, it's actually been feeling like, I feel like it's bringing out like a lot of comedy. So I love it.
Okay, good. Let's see.
Oh, if you scroll down, I made it a reel. I made my parents' response a reel because it was just so funny. So if you scroll down and you'll see that it was, that one.
Oh, this one.
It's really funny. Hey guys, I'm hanging out with my mom. Mom, Demi Lovato fans think you should have aborted me.
Oh my God.
Do you wish you aborted me? No. Are you happy I'm alive?
Yes. Why? Why I'm gonna abort you?
Because I'm evil.
No, you're not. They don't throw you.
Aww. Oh, I love this.
So all of Demi Lovato's fans thinks that you and Mom should have aborted me. Are you happy you didn't abort me?
Who said that?
People online.
Who?
People online. People online.
Oh, who care?
Are you happy I'm alive?
Of course, not them idiots to say something like that. Who the idiot's gonna say something like that?
Oh my God!
Hey guys,
so
I'm
cute.
hanging out with my mom. Mom,
so funny.
Demi Lovato fans.
This whole thing is really shining a light on. It's no longer about people that are like pro-choice anymore, or about like, I gotta finish up my college degree. It's like, no, like a lot of these leftists and feminists, like they look like they're a death cult. They look like very much pro-abortion. They don't look like they don't sound like humans. They're losing their humanity, and it's harder to hear them out.
Well, the thing that's like really sad about it is that they're so convinced that they know Demi Lovato, and it's like, you've actually never interacted with her in person. You've never met her in person. You just know what the media shows you or what they put out for you, but you've never spoke with her. Like when I lived in Los Angeles, I sent you and Frank a video to show if you want to play that. If I worked at this place called Beecher's Madhouse.
Where did you send it? Did I miss it?
To Frank's. I messaged it to him.
Oh, all right.
Should I DM it to you?
Send it to me. Yeah.
Okay. I will do that right now. But it's just kind of like, it's just so interesting to me because people think that they know these celebrities so much, and they really don't. I worked a lot, and my time in LA was pretty interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of came up in comedy in LA, and you have a lot of exposure to like that world.
Yeah, I love how you're from New York and I'm from LA, and then like we like pretty much just meet in Texas.
We're both over it. Oh, me too. Who knows when that will be? Probably when I'm dead. I didn't know your dad was so like Southern sounding.
Yeah, he has a super strong Louisiana accent.
Oh my gosh, it's so great. They're the sweetest, best people.
They're
and it's like
funny.
these leftists, like they front like they're for equality and right. Like they'll be the first person to jump all over you for coming off ableist. Meanwhile, like you're an actual technically disabled. I don't see you this way, but like you're technically a disabled person, yet they'll be like, fuck you, I wish you were aborted.
And isn't it just amazing how they're allowed to say that on Twitter, but my stand-up comedy clip gets taken down, and then the way that this lined up is like, as I'm receiving all this hate, it's like, no, you don't even get to respond. You don't get to defend yourself. You just have to lay there and take it. They can say whatever they want to you, and they're not going to get reported or banned or anything. And this is also how I feel about it too. It's like I would never report people anyways, because I don't really care that they're saying that. If they want to say that, whatever, say it. But the fact that I don't even get a voice to say anything, and for who knows how long, I'm hoping that this gets lifted in 12 hours, but it could last up to a week. And then here's the worst part about it too. It's like, now this is what censorship does. They want us to self-censor. And when I first told one of my friends about it, she was like, oh, well, like maybe it's because you said this in the stand-up clip. And it's like, first of all, the fact that we're even analyzing what I said in my stand-up clip to make it wrong for me to say on Twitter. I said all those things in real life at a real comedy club. People were laughing. We didn't get kicked out of the comedy club for what we said. No one was upset about it. But the fact that I can't post that clip on Twitter and then that's going to get taken down and then I'm silenced is insane. And that is what censorship has done. This is communism.
They want you to get to a point where you, are self-censoring. So the video you sent me, it's called Beecher's Madhouse Inside LA's Most Infamous. Wait, where'd it go? I've lost it. Wait, smug Mexicans. I already did that. I posted it. I think I'm so worried about, because I got a copyright strike. So I'm so worried about playing videos now. So this is Inside LA's Most Infamous Variety Show.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get in trouble for this because I'm in the video. Or would you?
Who knows? I'm going to click through it. Maybe I'll just play the part that you're in it for. Do you know a part you're in it?
You'll see me in a second. There I am. That's my friend Donnie. There I am.
Oh. Wow, Wee Man.
Wee Matt. That's Wee Matt.
Oh, wow.
But he gets Wee Man all the time.
So when was this? This was in 2016?
So this is in 2016. And here's what's really interesting about this nightclub. So I was 24 years old when I worked for this Beecher's Madhouse. And the worst part about it, Chrissy, was that they treated the little people that worked at this nightclub horribly. And I would just always tell myself at the end of the day, I was like, well, I'm a stand-up comedian and this is just what I have to do so that I can make some money and pay my bills, right? But they did not treat us well at all, especially Jeff Beecher. He actually treated people horribly. That's my friend Donnie. He passed away on 2/22/22. And that's why it was funny when Demi Lovato's fans were like, oh, she probably doesn't even remember you. And I'm like, no, she remembers me because she posted about him passing and I'm in the photo with her and him. And she posted about it. So she remembers me. She used to come to this nightclub. I worked events for her. Anyways, what Beecher's Madhouse did is that is Jeff Beecher. He portrays himself to be totally different. He's really nice to all of his celebrity friends, but to the little people that work there, he was a complete asshole. Okay. And that specific shoot, they wanted me, Chrissy, to be dressed up as a miniature Hillary Clinton. And I remember I got so pissed off. I was like, first of all, I don't want to be a miniature Hillary Clinton. They wanted to put all this white makeup on me and literally make me look ugly. Okay. And I was like, I'll be a miniature Melania. She's hot. And that just makes
someone you actually kind of look like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I threatened to leave, and I was the youngest performer there. And all the other performers were like, oh my God, they couldn't believe that I was talking back to Jeff. And I'm like, I don't even have to be here. I'm doing you a favor by doing this shoot. And so they made me a miniature Melania. And it was great. And I worked a couple events with Donnie. But here's what's really messed up is the first time I worked an event for Demi Lovato, I didn't even realize that I was working the event. They kind of sold it to me as oh, hey, Lila, come to this party. Demi Lovato's going to be there. It was a Halloween party. Told me to dress up. And I wore my sexy leprechaun outfit and I come to the party. And then I realized holy crap, no, I'm actually the entertainment. I'm the person that's working to entertain these people and I'm not getting paid. my payment was that I got to be around celebrities. Okay. And that's how they kind of sold it to the little people. It's like, well, you get to be around all these celebrities. You get to meet all these celebrities. And it was just really messed up. And the big event that I worked for her was for the Mrs. Claus event that I did. Me and Donnie were dressed up in the Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and it was for her like a Christmas party for this music event. And I remember going, I was paid for this one, and Kathy Griffin, she showed up, and I was so excited because I ran up to her and I'm like, I'm also a stand-up comedian. I know I'm in this outfit, but like I'm actually a stand-up comedian. And that's what I would hold on to when I was 24 doing this. Like, okay, I hate that I have to do these like jobs, but at the core, I know I'm a stand-up comedian, and I know that like I can use this later on for comedy or something. But it really like saddened me that some of my friends that I met had been doing this for many, many yeyears, and they were literally not paid well at all.
You weren't progressing, it seemed like.
No, and here's my breaking point. Okay, so one of the gigs that I performed, like that I did like little people stuff for, like costume stuff, was I was flown out to Calgary, Stampede in Calgary in Canada, and it was a 2-week a work event where I was supposed to like go to all the VIP booths and like wear these different costumes and like hang out with all the people. And they sold it to me as like, okay, well, we're paying for your flights. We're paying for your hotel. And they only paid me $1,000. And I realized that my partner who I was with, he was paid $6,000. And the bottle service girls that I was working around, they were each paid $10,000 for the 2 weeks. And I made a G. That was it. And it was literally like slave labor. And I told myself, I was like, I'm never doing this again. I will never do this kind of work. And here's the best part of it too, Chrissy. They contacted me this year and they're like, Lila, like come to Calgary. We're going to pay you. We really want you to be here. And I'm like, first of all, I can't be let into the country because of your mandates that you have. Yeah. And secondly, hell no. I was treated like shit. I was 26 at the time. And I remember it was during July. So I had my birthday there too. It was my 27th birthday. And I remember like standing there, like in the VIP booth, like watching all the people in the fucking French fry costume. Like, I'm never going to do this again. This is horrible. And when I found out that the other girls that were working the event, who literally were not working as hard as me or like doing as much entertainment, were literally making $10,000, and I was making $1,000 having to wear these stupid fucking costumes and not even being treated like a real person. It was horrible. So when I say that, like, yeah, I knew these people and I met these people and I was around these people, and then to have all these people like, oh, they don't know me. They know exactly who I am. They met me. I was paid to work these events, and I was paid poorly, actually. But at the end of the day, I'm a stand-up comedian and my life is totally different now. And I never have to do those kind of things again. But anyway, sorry.
I want to give you a hug. This sounds so effing retarded. I was gonna ask, like, and it seems like you have, like, that's just, I don't know. It just shows how good and solid and strong you are as a person. It's like you were able to realize right away, like, I'm in a situation where I'm being taken advantage of, and you kind of like put up your boundaries. Whereas, like, yeah, a lesser person would just be like, well, like, I'm getting work. I should just be grateful for this. And right, the idea that you're being paid in your proximity to celebrities, and that
that's what it was. It was like It was just like, oh, you know what, Lila? Like, well, you get to be around these celebrities, and we get to meet all these like different people. I mean, every big celebrity that you can think of would come to this club. And I was the miniature Ariana Grande. In 2016, during her ponytail era, that's when me and her really looked alike. We don't really look alike now, but in 2016, her and I really looked alike. So I would go on stage at Beecher's Madhouse and lip sync Ariana Grande songs in front of celebrities.
Wow.
And
it sounds like it would be a cool gig, but then you're like, oh, it's grueling. It's all night. And if you're only getting 1,000 versus like someone like serving champagne gets 10 grand.
And then when I was working the events in Hollywood, sometimes he would forget to pay people, or he wouldn't pay people on time, or just not pay you at all. And it was like, well, you got to party with the celebrities, so it's like that's your payment. Like you got to party
working for. It's like, I guess that's worked for enough people where these people think, yeah, we'll just continue to get away with it because we'll kind of bully people into thinking that is adequate payment. it's like they're really overvaluing themselves. They're really overvaluing celebrities. It's like,
well, it's just kind of like they had, it was like this hierarchy. It was like the celebrities, Jeff Beecher, and then the little people who worked beneath him, literally the little people. Okay. And he when the celebrities weren't there, he would yell at everybody. And like when he yelled at me about like, no, you're gonna be miniature Hillary Clinton. And I was like, no, fuck you, I'm not doing that. And if I will leave, I will literally leave right now if you don't let me just be the miniature Melania. I will leave. And they did, but it was like, I'm 31 years old now, but I look back on that time, I was only 24, and like, you're new to Hollywood, and you want to like, so part of you is like, well, maybe I need to be around celebrities to like make it or whatnot. But
everybody thinks that. Yeah.
But then I see my friends, like my friend Donnie, who'd been in the industry for like, 20 years doing these parties and events. And like, he never made it past being his own celebrity. He was just, his payment was like, well, I know Britney Spears and I get to hang out with Paris Hilton. And but like, he didn't have his own thing. Like, he was so funny, so talented. He could have had a podcast. They could have helped him, but it was almost like they wanted to keep him below. And it's like, I didn't want to do that. And the only thing that like saved me is I would literally just tell myself every night when I was working there, it's like, well, you're a comedian. At the end of the day, you're a stand-up comedian. And someday you'll talk about this and you'll laugh about this, but
yeah,
it was messed up. And so like, I guess that's what made me even more upset is like when I see all these people on Twitter saying like, oh, you don't know her. You never met Demi. And it's like, no, I worked several parties for her with my friend Donnie, who she talked about when he passed away. She posted on her Instagram pictures of him, and I'm in the photos. So she knows who I am. And nothing I said was messed up or mean at all.
No.
She does seem freaking confused. And this is the thing that's so messed up about it is my favorite comment on there was actually this guy. He wrote, there was a period of time where Demi Lovato was getting into Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And she was. And he said, if she would have stuck with it, that would have brought in a whole new younger generation of girls excited about Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is true. These celebrities have so much influence on the youth. And so for her to be like, I'm a they, them, I'm talking to aliens or whatever, she's making that like seem cool and normal and making younger people want to be a they, them or whatever. Whereas it's like, if we're not going to recognize that these celebrities do have power and influence, you're insane.
Right. And there are probably so many young girls, because this trans stuff is such a peer and social contagion. Like it preys on mental illness. It preys on kind of the ways girls socialize. And yeah, young girls who really look up to Demi Lovato. Oh my God, they're they, them. I'm feeling confused and awkward. Maybe this is my answer. And then they do something irreversible to their body. And then they see a couple months later, she switches back. Oh, she's a girl now. Turns out she was just depressed. She needed to lose some weight, get her head together. Meanwhile, who knows how many girls that looked up to her made huge mistakes just thinking they're following in her footsteps or that she's some sort of a leader.
Absolutely.
Lila, oh my God, you're such a strong person to be able to be in that moment. Like, I have not been in something similar, but I would do like extra work. Like when I was in my 20s too, it's like you kind of get into this place. If you're like living in New York or LA, you do kind of get into this like anything to be famous mode. Like anything you think is going to give you a leg up, you do. Like I was just in so many weird backgrounds of things and like music videos and like, yeah, you're doing extra work. Like I remember there was like, we spent a night in the subway, like just shooting like background work and I think I made like $70 for being there all night. And you're just like, this is my way in. And then I think that they cut the scenes from the movie. So it's like something with Jennifer Aniston. And but when you're in it, you're like, oh, this is it. Things are happening. And then now that like you're a little bit older, you're like, man, like I see what they were doing. They were taking advantage of like young women who are like hungry to get in. And they think like, well, you got to do your grunt work. You got to put in your time.
Yeah. And you're really just being like used, and I look back on myself at 24 and like, I'm really grateful for those experiences because it just woke me up to a lot of the truth. And a lot of these people that you like look up to, it's like they're doing cocaine in the bathroom. And it's like, it's really messed up. And I'm just really grateful that at the end of the day, I always had stand up, because I I knew that my comedy, it was the most important thing to me. And all of these experiences I was gonna be able to bring on stage eventually.
Yeah, and these people, they see a picture with you and Demi, and they go, "Oh, this is just a fan who took a pphoto. Like, she doesn't know her." And you're like, "No, I'm literally
No,
saying
I was
with
working
her."
her event. I was hired to work that event,
Yeah.
and that was the event that I said that Kathy Griffin showed up at. And I just remember being so excited, like, oh my God, she's a comedian. And I went up to her and I told her, I'm also a stand-up comedian. Like, I know I'm in this costume right now, but I'm actually a comedian.
I have a French fry today, but was she nice to you?
Yeah, she was really nice to me.
Okay.
She was actually really nice to me.
Okay, good. Wow. Damn. That's crazy. They definitely take advantage of people, and it is sad to see your very talented friends, they get stuck in the mindset, and they don't think they can accomplish more, and they're afraid to ask for more.
Yes,
and they
that's what
can't realize that they're unable to realize that they should be getting more.
That's exactly what it was, Chrissy. It was some of the other little people that I worked with, I was like, wait, so you always get paid this much and you're okay with that? And they're like, yeah, but we get to hang out with this celebrity, and Mick Jagger comes, and whoever, Leonardo DiCaprio comes. And I'm like, okay, so that was what they considered the payment. It's well, we get to hang out with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, yeah, but you're getting paid like shit. And it was just horrible, and then Jeff Beecher. And here's what's crazy about him is he portrays himself to be one way online, this, I'm healthy and I'm happy. And then you have pictures of him with Paris Hilton and all this. But when Donnie died, he didn't do an Instagram post about him at all.
Whoa.
Nothing. He didn't
how much had he worked with him?
For years. Donnie was his right-hand man. And there was if you go on his Instagram, he posted a picture of some other celebrity that's passed away. He did RIP for that celebrity, but there's no post about Donnie. No post at all.
It's you feel disposable. You're just we are this commodity to you.
Yeah. And they could have, with the amount of celebrities that Donnie actually knew, they could have made him have his own show, made him a star in his own right. But they didn't want to do that. It was just Donnie is he's just the person that is parties with us. But they didn't make him a star in his own right, even though he had dreams and aspirations and all this stuff. It's almost they deliberately wanted to keep him down and below them.
Right, because it's like an abusive relationship. If your person that you're with, whether it's a coworker or a partner, they can make you believe you're not capable of more, you don't deserve more, you're lucky to even be here, you need to accept these crumbs because this is the best you can do. And there's the guy from Game of Thrones, he did really well. There's Wee Man from Jackass had an awesome career. So yeah, they definitely could have lifted him up. They had the connections to just at least acknowledge the guy when he passed away. That's very shitty. So it's so you have these crazy Demi Lovato fans that are coming after you because it's easier to do that than to address the fact that she has been inconsistent and perhaps not the best role model for young adults or kids. They'll just attack you.
Yeah, and it's to not acknowledge the fact that she's literally she's influencing so many people to be non-binary or they and them, and she's making it cool. Whereas if she was into Brazilian jiu-jitsu, she would have made that really cool. They Hollywood confuses people. Hollywood is a cult, and they take these celebrities and they form them into how they want them to be, and then they prop them up. And then you have these super fans who are oh, they literally treat them like they're gods. And that's what I've realized with all these people who have commented. It's a picture of the celebrity. And then I was joking. I was oh, Kanye West is mad at me too, because a Kanye West fan page was oh, you're a horrible person. And it's where's your face?
Right. Their whole identity is being a fan of someone else.
Yes. And then they're oh, you're using Demi for clout. And it's I'm using Demi for clout. You're using her for your identity.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Where is your face? What are your thoughts? It's it's just they're kind of just opting out, I think, of their own life and hiding behind a picture that's not them. And this is just, I don't know, it's very confusing. And I think they know. I wonder if she even got any kickbacks for coming out as they them. It's like, and you don't know who's in her corner, who's convincing her to make these decisions. Like, these people have so many handlers. And it's believable that whatever you want to call it, like big trans is like, oh yeah, let's get Demi to come out. And then she gets more kind of like social points. It's it's another press release, it's another chance to promote whatever she's doing. And so she can just like, go back and forth forever from she to them. Like, whenever she's got something coming out, I guess she'll just suddenly be fluid again.
My favorite retweet that someone wrote was like, oh, you'll just believe any headline. They didn't even write the headline properly about Demi. That's not even what she said. And it's like, okay, so I'll just believe any headline, but you guys believe any headline that CNN puts out. And that's fine. But you want to go crazy for Demi Lovato.
Do you think this is the first time, not the first time, but like is this the most trolling you've gotten online for something?
Yeah, this actually is. But I will say, it's like, okay, this is kind of weird, but like I do feel like it like made me stronger. And almost because I like wasn't able to respond on Twitter, I still took to my Instagram and like I made video responses. If you watch my Instagram story, it's still up. I made video responses to like all of the comments, which was hilarious. My favorite one though, this one was funny. They said that I was they're like, this jingle bell cock bitch still has something to say. I like that one. That one was funny.
What? So this is your story right now?
It's in my story. You'll see it. I like responded to every. All right, because the man is supposed to be the next one. That's with my mom. This is like
being pretty. This is your account being locked for breaking the Twitter rules of posting your own stand-up clip.
Man, I had to leave LA. I had to leave LA because
it's such a great
there's
show.
Just too much BLM there. And I'm not talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm talking about believing the lying
media.
Yeah, and this is you going, I knew Demi. She's beautiful, talented, insane. Hollywood is a cult that is destroying souls and wants to keep and confuse people lost. Wants to confuse and keep people lost, especially young women who have so much potential. Pray for her. Yeah. More like, I knew Demi Lovato in my dreams, and I'm tweeting this because I'm a miserable person who wants attention. Did she not just post a pic of her and Lovato? This makes me laugh.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
So I'm locked out of my Twitter account. And while I'm locked out of my Twitter account, Demi Lovato fans are just coming for me. They're so upset about my tweet. When all I'm saying is that when I knew Demi, she was beautiful, talented, sane, and I haven't seen her in 2 years. And is it wrong to say she seems confused? Anyways, they're pissed. They're so mad. They're saying that I should have been aborted and all sorts of stuff. They're allowed to drag me, okay? But Twitter's like, Lila, you're frozen. So not only am I getting dragged, I'm also frozen. So I just get to be frozenly dragged. I don't get to defend myself. I just get to be dragged.
Not Ally Brooke.
Allie Brooke. That's what they wanted to compare me to. Which was,
who's that?
You'll see in the next slide. I posted her. This girl.
You look just like her, actually.
I was like, this is really nice.
Wow, she's cute.
I am not mad at the Allie Brooke comparison. I mean, she's hot. She looks good. And her confidence is booming, okay?
Even the jingle bell cock bitch has something to say. This is what I love about like most people on the internet. The comebacks are so not clever. Like there's spelling, grammatical errors. It's like you forget like most people can't put a sentence together.
It's funny.
And they're like, this is an own.
Jingle bell cock. I am the jingle bell cock. Okay? I am. I liked that one. I thought that one.
This is why we need abortion rights people. We could have been spared. It's like, meanwhile, your whole identity is BLM.
Aborted. I live. I was not aborted. And guess what? You can't abort people in Texas, which is where I live. So
yay.
I win.
Girl, who are you? This is my favorite thing that people say. Who are you? It's like, you clearly know who I am because you're on my page responding to something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, what a burn.
Who am I? Who am I? I am Lila, and you are big mad. That's what you are. You're big mad because you have all these fan accounts worshiping Demi Lovato like she is your god, and you're mad that I actually knew her in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I knew her in real life, and you have all these accounts to fucking worship her, and I knew her in real life, and you are so mad.
Wow. I remember when Demi started training Brazilian. Oh, yeah, this is what you're talking about. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The community was excited. She was the first female celebrity outside of the UFC to train, and it would broaden a lot of new female competitors. Also, it would have been really good for her mental health.
Yes. That's what I was saying too.
But the woke mob got to her.
I really liked that person's comment about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it's true. These celebrities have so much power, and they all these young people look up to them. And what did they do to Demi Lovato? Now they have her confused, calling herself.
I like that you really went through and addressed each thing. I guess that is the one good thing about like having multiple platforms. You're like, I'm not going to be quiet on this.
No, I was not talking to aliens or whatever she's doing, and her young fans are watching this and think that they should also be a they them or talk to aliens or do whatever the heck they. It's very confusing. But imagine if Demi Lovato was awake and she was awake to censorship and how all of this was horrible, and she spoke up about that. That would help wake other people up. But no. They want to keep her asleep. They want the woke mob. They got to her or them.
When you knew Demi Lovato, she was being controlled by a management that pressured her to be what they wanted Demi to be. You met Demi 5 years ago after going through so much. You can't expect someone to be the same person as when you knew them. That is a good comment.
See, I just love that one. This is the problem. You don't know Demi. You don't know her. You are a fan account that is worshiping her. Your profile picture is a photo of her. I know Demi. I met her in real life. I worked events for her in real life. I spoke to her in real life. So technically, I know her more than you know her. And here's what is so incredibly funny about this Gen Z generation. They think that they know everything when they don't even interact with people in real life. They don't. They stay on their phones. They're on TikTok, but they don't know how to have a conversation with people in real life.
Yep. Demi is still non-binary. You transphobic. Get a job. True. Selling out theaters for comedy shows is clearly not a job. Apparently, no, since she needs Demi to clout. It's really like the same. It's always like the same noisy 20 people. More like, I knew Demi Lovato in my dreams. Oh, man. These people are sad.
That one is just great, too. I need Demi clout. I need Demi clout.
You need Demi clout.
Account is to worship her. You're not. That's not even you. Your whole account is to worship her. So aren't you using Demi for your whole account for clout?
Please shut the F up. You are obviously just as dense as everyone else who is spreading these false narratives and headlines around. They are still wow, this person is obsessed. They are still non-binary. You knew Demi when they were being controlled in every way by their old team, but they don't remember you anyway. It's like, who are you? They're so guilty of what they're accusing you of. They have no self-awareness.
Actually, no, you're wrong. She didn't forget me because we had a mutual friend that passed away this year on 2/22/22, and his name was Donnie, and she posted about him. So she did not forget me. There's no way. There she posted about
Thanks for so many laughs and great memories. Rest peacefully, Angel. Oh, and you're in the photo.
Yeah.
Wow. This was when she still looks kind of like happy and thank you for all the laughs and so many great memories. Rest peacefully, Angel. Oh, wow.
Here's the original.
Wow. And who's the guy behind you?
I think that was one of her management people.
Okay. Oh.
There's another picture.
Oh, that's really cute.
And then I put that in there.
Wow. That was in the Hollywood Reporter, that photo?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cute.
And then that's when I asked my parents.
All of Demi Lovato's fans.
We saw that one. But yeah.
Well, you have the best parents ever. They're so supportive and loving, and I'm sure that makes them feel really dumb because some of these trolls will follow you and like comment on all your platforms, and then they see you with your parents, and like that's got to be a wake up call. Like, oh wow, she's a real person with real parents who love her. Like, what am I doing telling her she should have been aborted? Like, it's just they show themselves to be insane.
Yeah, it is really, I just think that's why it's important to actually like speak because, I'm really glad I made all these video comebacks. It made me feel better. Even though Twitter wasn't allowing me to speak, I was like, well, at least I have Instagram for now.
And you can save those and post them like whenever you get back on Twitter.
Yeah, I did save them. But it was like, it's important for people to see I'm a real person. And when you're making these comments, it's like, why don't you make a video comment so I can see your face saying this? Because this is the best part about all of this, Chrissy. If any of these people met me in person in real life, they would like me. They would talk to me. They'd want to talk to me and they would like me. But it's so much easier to write all these negative comments online that they wouldn't actually be like that in person. And this is what I said this on the SimpCast too. I was like, a lot of these guys or just people in general who are like making comments about women's physical features, it's like you wouldn't even have the balls to actually approach somebody as gorgeous as Chrissy or Brittany or Anna. You get what I'm saying? They wouldn't have the courage to actually like approach you in real life, but they have, they can say all these mean things online, but in real life, that is not how you would be. And that's the most important thing that I think we need to remember is that this is the internet world, but there is still the real world, which is where real stuff happens and where it really freaking matters. And I'm never going to stop talking. I'm never going to stop speaking truth. And one more thing. People are like, oh, Lila, keep speaking your truth. No. This is not my truth or your truth. It is the truth. It's the truth. Okay? Because there are people who deny the Holocaust and that's their truth, but that doesn't mean it's true.
Right. Yeah.
So.
There's our collective reality. Well, that's a problem. Is like there are multiple realities going on right now. But NVIDIA says you're looking super cute today. So
But I also want to say, Chrissy, what you have done, you are so brave. You work so hard. I will never forget, like when I was still living in Los Angeles and I saw your tweet where you said that I will not be performing at clubs that require these mandates. And it was like literally the first time I'd come across you. I was like, I remember thinking like, wow, this girl is so brave. She's so strong. The fact that you were like the first like comedian to come out and speak out against this is huge. And the fact that you have used your platform to connect so many people who've been ridiculed or for their beliefs, and you have connected me with so many amazing women, and I would not have had those connections without you. And so I'm just so grateful for you and Frank. You've done so much for me, and you've really helped me become so much braver, and I would not be where I'm at today in Texas without your help and without your like really you're a leader. You really are a leader in this movement of being brave and speaking up and, not allowing the woke mob to put you and silence you. So what you do is so important and you really deserve that recognition.
Oh my God. Thank you. It's almost like hard to hear that because it's like, it's so easy for me. Cause I remember when I said that, people were like, she's not even passed at every club. They're like, what does that even mean? Like, if you're not like regularly doing, it's like I was regularly doing spots at like the Stand and Stand Up New York. And it's like, people are so quick when you make a statement and put yourself out there, they're so quick to cut you down. And like there was a moment where I'm like, oh, is this meaningful? Like, is it just talk? But it's like, I don't know. And, it's like I have in that moment I wasn't past every club, but it's like I'm in control of what I do at the places I do perform. So yeah. And I was amazed. I was like, it took a couple months. And I think maybe Jim Brewer was like, said something similar. So everyone's like, but you know what? It's like, it doesn't matter about the order or who does it first or whatever. Like, and he's huge. So a lot of people took notice when he kind of made that statement, and who knows like what even it accomplished, but it felt good for me. And then
No, it does matter, Chrissy, because your bravery matters. So many, like, if more people were brave like you were, we wouldn't be in this mess. So actually, you do deserve a lot more credit to be the first person to publicly do it the way that you did. And it's crazy to me to think that you and I didn't even connect until like 2 or 3 months later. But I remember seeing that tweet. I remember having that kind of like feeling of like, wow, this woman is so brave. Like, I want to be like that. And then for what happened to me at the Comedy Store, and then you reached out to me to have me on your podcast. It's just like, and then now to where we're at today in our friendship is just incredible. But the fact that you had really the freaking balls to do that is huge. And it's not something small, and you really deserve the credit for that.
Oh,
it was like this effect that you didn't even realize, like the effect it had on me and the fact that it connected us later on. And it's really cool.
Wow. And now it's like, now that I'm back, it's like, I didn't miss anything. Like it was like a year, big deal. It's like I was, I enjoy the road so much more anyway. So we'll see. Yeah, it'll be really interesting. Like when it becomes like en vogue and cool, and it's when it's safe to come out about like the medical procedure, when it's safe to come out about all this stuff, our rights that were taken away, when it's safe to talk about it, it'll be interesting to see how many comedians are like, oh yeah, I was always against it. And it's like, okay.
Well, and that's the beauty of it, Chrissy, is like, even with our comedy show that we did at Hyenas, it's like, if you watch that clip, it's like, yeah, the audience, you can tell, is like a little bit afraid to laugh, but that bit will age like fine wine. And 5 years from now, people will look back and be like, wow, it was so brave what they were doing. And that's incredible. But at the time it was scary and it was hard, but we're standing up for truth and freedom, and it's not easy, but somebody has to do it. Otherwise, we are really headed into a very scary world. And as you can see right now, it's like, this is communism. The fact that my comedy joke got taken down and I can't respond to any of these haters, yet they're allowed to tell me I should have been aborted. They're allowed to call me names.
Just literal hate speech. You're literally like wishing ill on somebody. And like that joke, that set, you did great. The audience loved you. It was like a couple shows in a row. You did awesome. And it's like, you didn't walk anybody. Your set didn't result in any angry emails to the club or to the owner or anybody. I never heard one negative comment about your performances that weekend. And it's like, oh, it's fine in real life, but when you throw your own material online, the algorithm or a couple of haters or whoever, it's like, that can be taken off for hate speech. It's so backwards.
It absolutely is. It's crazy.
Because everybody who was there IRL loved you. Matthew Hammond, check Figaro reply tweets about today's show. What is that? Okay. Jay Penberg, curious question. I'm looking to get into stand-up comedy. Here we go. Now, doing it mostly to be more outgoing and for some joke writing on a YouTube channel I'm creating. What's a good way to get started? Open mics, I would say try to write as much as you can. There's no like good way to start, because I feel like the truth is, for me, it just took years of doing it to find myself. And my, like, people always say you gotta find your voice, which I was annoyed, and I never understood that for years. I'm like, what do you mean find my voice? Like, what does that even mean? But it just takes doing it for years. Like, you won't even know what you're doing till you're like 5 years in, I think, unless, of course you could get lucky and get an opportunity. But I would say write as much as you can, do open mics, maybe. And then also I would say, like, record, if you can, record jokes into your phone, throw them up on social media here and there, because it's a multi-prong approach. If you just stay doing open mics, like doing like the old school method of like, no, I'm a comedy purist, I have to be in the clubs. It's like, all right, guess what? Take a seat, because you'll be doing that for 25 years and you might not ever pop. So you can't be like too good to not use. I mean, I'm like personally a little bit against TikTok, but I'm like a little bit further ahead. Don't be too good to put your stuff on social media, because you never know who's looking. Freaking Tyler Fisher got booked for Terror on the Prairie from his Instagram for doing Fauci impressions. So it's like, you really never know who's checking you out. Lila, did you have anything to add to that for advice?
I thought that was perfectly said. Very good.
My other recommendation is don't do it. No, with comedy, it's like you'll know. It'll be like you have a disease. Like you can't not do it.
I mean, if you think about it too, like I remember when I used to be going to open mics in LA, and I would be thinking like, isn't this kind of nuts that we're like all like fighting for this stage time? It's like I want to go in front of everybody and like tell them about all this horrible stuff that's happening in my life, and I don't know, it's just funny to me.
It
The
does.
whole
It seems like
idea of it
normal
is
people
kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it seems like normal people should not want to do it.
You have to. I feel like in order to do stand up, you've had to have gone through some like traumas in your life. And it's almost like a way of resolving those traumas. Like I feel like, and it's crazy to me because I started stand up because I was so insecure about my disability and about having spina bifida. And I really wanted to like find love. And I was like, the only way I'm going to find somebody to accept me is if I can like truly accept myself. And I remember the first time I went on stage and like I said out loud to the whole room, like, okay, I have spina bifida. Like, this is what this is. It was so freeing, Chrissy, because I remember when I first went off, everybody's like looking at me like, what is up with this girl? Like, why does she walk with limp? She's like small, like what's going on? And then after I was done with my set, it was like people like saw me, like they saw me as a person and they didn't see me as like, I don't know, it was just so freeing. And then I felt like it was so powerful because when I would go out like to regular things and people would ask me like, oh, what do you do? And when I would say, oh, I'm a stand-up comedian, it was just like this level of respect already where it's like, oh, we can't fuck with her because you're doing stand-up. And here's another thing that's really cool about stand-up. I like that theoretically anybody could do it because it's just you with a microphone. And I like that there's like no cap on how far you could go where it's like, that's what I really love about it is that it realistically, I guess anybody could do it, but it takes a lot of special talent to really be able to do it. So if you're good at it, it feels awesome.
Yeah, it's either have to be incredibly talented, an incredibly hard worker, or some combination of both, and have luck and have the right mindset and have a support system. Like there are some comics I know who have kind of made it. They have very rich parents. They're very well connected. They never had to work a grueling day job. But like that wasn't me. It's like I literally worked in an office for 15 years while doing comedy at night, every single night, basically.
Yeah.
5 years of improv, then a one-woman show. Now I've been doing stand-up, like I guess technically 12 years or something. And I always had at least one or two jobs, literally up until like 6 months ago, where I got fired for not taking the medical thing. So I would say most people are probably not with rich parents. Like it, and that's what I would get mad at them. I'd be like, oh, you don't have to work. Like you don't have to, you can just write all day. You're not like working for some a-hole and you're not like exhausted. And it's like you have to really want it because it's like there was a good 10 years where I'd be gone all day, wouldn't get home till like 1 o'clock at night, and you get up the next morning, get on the train with everybody else going to their jobs, and you're like, well, and that's the thing is like you have to really want it. Nobody's forcing you to do this. Like nobody's like don't do it, but with pride. Like put joy into your hard work because it's anything that's worthwhile is worth working for.
I think it's really funny too. Like people are like shocked to find out when they're like, wait, so like you don't make money like your first like few years, and it's like, no, you don't. Like I was
maybe sometimes never.
Like no, you don't. Like that's the thing that's hilarious to me. It's like
no, you are paying for mics. Like you're
and that's
what I liked about stand-up is because I went from paying $400 a class with improv every 6 weeks. And I was only able to do it because I lived at home in Long Island, and I was in the city already for whatever day job, and I'd just stay and do an improv class. And then the days I didn't have improv, I would be at the UCB, like sitting on the ground, like watching whatever show I could for hours and just like learning about the craft, just being a total improv nerd, buying up all the single color shirts and colored sneakers and shit. So when I went to stand up, I was like, wow, I'm saving so much money. I don't have to like dump $400 every 6 weeks, but you're still paying for open mic. Sometimes it's $5, $10. Sometimes you have to buy a drink or two. So it's definitely an expense. It's like there's no way to really do it totally for free. And then you have comics like complaining like, oh, there's no free mics. It's like these bars still have to stay open. Like they have to sell drinks. Like,
Yeah.
So it's definitely not easy.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, and all of your opportunities are going to come from your friends. They I mean, I would say that's more so the case with me than like impressing a booker or like impressing a festival producer or something like that. But it depends.
Yeah.
Like you have to figure out like, am I a mainstream comic or am I not a mainstream comic? Like figure out where your beliefs fall. If you're kind of mainstream and you're not, like, I guess like me or Lila, you're not trying to like ruffle any feathers, then yeah, go for a Comedy Central, HBO, go for a late night spot. But if you're kind of engaging in like wrong speak, then you really do have to find your own way. And there is no path that's rolled out for you. Whereas like if you want to be a teacher or like be a doctor, it's very clear what you have to do to have success and have a career in these fields. But in entertainment, no, you just have to like.
You might have
keep
to be
trying.
a French fry or something, you know?
You might have to be a French fry. You might have to be a foot model. You might have to answer phones at a title insurance company and still not know what title insurance is.
I say, Chrissy, it's like talent is like a life vest. And people can try to hold you down or like, these other jobs and this can hold you down. But like when it's your time to pop off, you'll just shoot up. I feel like that's, like what happened to you.
Oh.
So you're doing amazing, Chrissy. I'm really inspired by you. And I'm just so grateful that you're my friend and that I get to talk to you.
Oh, I feel the same, Lila. You motivate me so much. You're so positive. Like I'm uplifted every time I talk to you. And it's just like, I don't know, you have the best energy. I wish I could I want to bottle up your bath water, Lila. That's what I'm trying to say. Blinker triggers. I show Lila in her garden to my daughter for inspiration and to see true perseverance. Lila is awesome and knows her worth, unlike most celebs today. Oh my God, that's so true.
Thank you.
Right, because they get in young and they just get warped, and then like your handlers and managers, like they kind of finish raising you. Your parents are like, "Oh, hands off! She's successful now. She's gonna be famous," and they warp their minds. JD, to be fair, I don't think you need to be responding to those freaks. It's a drain on your soul. That's true. It can be. Yeah. But I think the line between like responding like versus feeding the trolls and you're like, I have no, you're out of control.
Yeah. But I also think it's like as comedians, we kind of use it for content as well too. And like I've had worse things said to me in person, or like when you're on stage and you have a heckler. So it's like that's worse than somebody online. So it's almost like we have a lot thicker skin. So most things that I think like the average person would get really, really, really upset about, it's like to us comedians, we're like, well, it's okay. I could just like put my phone down. It's not really that big a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, you learn. And like it depends like on what round of cancellation you are. Like if the first time it happens, you're like, whoa, you get really nervous. You're like, is this really it for me? I have to go away for a while. And then you realize, oh no, it passes and nothing happens. You're still here. Everything's fine.
That's why I loved my dad's reaction when he was like, who said that? He looks so confused as to what I'm asking him, as in like, are they here right now? Do we need to go talk to somebody? And he was like, online. Oh my gosh, that's idiots, just idiots.
I know. Boomers are great sometimes. Composer Cooney, Demi will flip out about a sugarless cookie and people will forget this. Oh,
yeah, that is
Wormsworth. True. Hell yeah. I don't know what that was about, but yes, hell yeah. NVIDIA, stop being humble and accept the compliments, Chrissy. I can't. Simon, I thought this was a good comment. Best way to break into comedy is ethnic nepotism. Be part of the group that controls comedy. I wish someone had told me this when I first started. I would be I'd have my own special by now. Yeah, true. But you have to love it. Deranged lunatic. Lila, you are a sweetheart and an inspiration.
Thank you.
For real. You're just like pure joy.
Thank
you. Oh my God, Lila. Well, I'm sorry this happened to you. And
okay.
Twitter
we got
sucks.
to hang out, so it's all good.
We got to hang out. Yeah. I'm so excited to see you in Florida in a couple months.
Yes.
Can't believe it's already August. But yeah, Lila will be at Content House.
I will be there.
And then she'll be at the show at the Orlando Improv on October 27th. So come to that and then watch our 48-hour live stream. We got to figure out like the shifts. Although I really did enjoy watching Marshall like sleeping like on camera at 3 a.m. So we'll figure it out.
Also, can I say too, our documentary, American History of Voter Fraud, has hit 10,000 views. So we're really excited about that. So you guys definitely check that out. That's on my YouTube channel. It is up. It is there. It is free. And you can hear more truth on there.
And tell me about Dinesh.
Oh, he was so awesome. I'm really grateful that he asked me to be on his podcast. Like, I have a lot of respect for him for the fact that he made things right, apologized, and then asked me to be on his podcast, especially being the only other voter fraud filmmaker. And his wife was amazing. They're just a really great family, and it was really cool.
What was the initial confusion about?
Oh, he shared one of my reviews, and it was about our movie, but he thought it was about 2,000 Mules.
How could he have confused it for a review?
You saw like the wording, because the person wrote about 2,000 Mules, and they said this documentary, but they were referring to American History of Voter Fraud. So he was gracious enough to like, here's the thing. People, we're humans. We're allowed to be wrong, right? But not everybody has a strong character where they can be like, oh, I messed up. You know, and
it's so much easier to not.
To just ignore somebody. So the fact that he was like, oh my gosh, I want to watch your documentary. This is great. He watched it. He loved it. And then he promoted it and shared it on his platform. And so we've reached 10,000 views. Me and my husband have a few more documentaries that are going to be coming out. So we have different goals. So the next goal, he actually just put out, you can see it on Eric's Twitter, but this video about Leah Thomas, that was it's like a short documentary.
Okay.
But he put that out once we reach the 10,000 view goal. And then we have a 25,000 view goal and then 100,000 view goal for the other documentaries that are coming out. So be sure to check that out. American History of Voter Fraud on my YouTube channel. On your YouTube channel is the only place they can watch it right now? Is it on like Rumble? Well, also if you go to lilahart.com/documentary. Okay. I'll take you to the video.
Ooh, awesome. Yeah, check out the documentary, guys. That's awesome that Dinesh had you on. So how did he hear about you then? Just through everybody tagging him or tagging you?
Yeah, I think he just the comment kind of went viral on like Getter on Instagram, and he saw the comment. And, you know, because 2,000 Mules gets so much hate, and this was like such a positive comment. And it was basically complimenting 2,000 Mules and American History of Voter Fraud. But he thought it was just about his documentary. So he shared it. And it was like, he was like, wow.
Honest mistake.
Yeah, honest mistake. And he was like, he shared it. He was like, wow, you know, usually we get a lot of hate, but it's like comments like this is what makes it totally worth doing it. And so I reached out to him and I was like, actually, this is my YouTube comment. And he was like, honest mistake. And he was like, I'm so sorry. And shared our movie on his platform.
Wow.
And then invited me to be on his podcast. And we had a great conversation, and it was really cool.
What a huge compliment, because he could have watched your film and been like, oh, they're kind of wacky. I'm gonna just like pretend I didn't see this and be like, oops, sorry, and move along. But he's like, no, come on my show, and promoted you.
Well, because the thing that's really cool is 2,000 Mules focuses on the 2020 election, which is, and it's great. So if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. But then our movie, American History of Voter Fraud, focuses on the entire history that like led up to why they were able to do what they did in the 2020 election. And that's why both of the movies, like, they really go hand in hand, because you watch 2,000 Mules, you really understand what happened in the 2020 election, and you watch American History of Voter Fraud, you will see how that was able to come to that big, massive point to where we're at today.
Yeah, we should be like a bundle pack, sell them together like DVDs. Yeah. Lila, thank you for coming on. Stay strong. F the haters. F the trolls.
Once I'm allowed on Twitter, I will say hi to everyone and respond.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Come see us at the Orlando Improv on October 27th. Follow Lila. Watch her doc. Simp for her. And thank you, chat, for your questions and comments. We will talk to you later. Bye.